Hello, good evening and welcome to JoyNews Prime. We are coming to you from our studios here at Kukumlemle in Accra, live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 125. My name is Winston Taki. Now let's go to the headlines. Now we'll bring you some headlines, especially where the MPP will be demonstrating tomorrow. For all updates on that.
The national chairman of the NDC running from one radio station to the other saying that, oh, we are going to clear the Chief Justice. And after she's been cleared, we're also going to clear the Electoral Commission and her deputies. Why? They think that the NDC we've won, so they should stay. No, they are not going to stay. We'll clear them.
Also coming up, the Constitutional Review Committee looking to tame the overwhelming power of the president proposals as the review of the Constitution progresses.
Nothing good that needs to happen in this country appears to get done unless you get the president's attention. It's too much of a burden to put on any one person's shoulders.
Lack of access to quality health care. We will share the plight of residents of the Adzonko community in the Volta region. The health facility in the area is housed in a dilapidated single room.
Adzonko compound has only one single room, a big compound, a big room, which we run all the units here, family planning units, OPD service, antenatal. But due to the inconvenience of the privacy, we normally do the delivery at different facilities.
This is JoyNews. We are independent, fearless, and credible journalism. Stay with us. Now to our first story. All is set for the anticipated massive demonstration tomorrow by some political parties to protest the removal of Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu, an action they say undermines judicial independence rather than any alleged misconduct on her part. The march, led by the New Patriotic Party alongside its coalition partners, comes amid claims that the process used to remove the Justice Tokonu was rushed and lacked due process. Organizers insist their rally isn't about allegations, but about defending the rule of law and ensuring fair treatment for the judiciary's highest officer.
We will converge at the Supreme Court, the car park opposite the Supreme Court.
Right.
That is where we are going to do the mammoth gathering.
Why there?
We'll converge there, right there. We will present 3 petitions. The first will be presented at the Supreme Court. And then we'll proceed through the main street in front of NLA.
Right.
Then get to the High Court Complex roundabout, what they call the Mofa roundabout.
Right.
That is how the police call it. Then we'll take left, march past the High Court Complex, the Law House. Then we'll go in front of the Ministry's police station. At the traffic light, we turn right. Then we proceed through the main Ministry's route, through the sports stadium. We go around the sports stadium. We take the military cemetery. Then we'll do the second presentation at Parliament. Then we'll proceed to the roundabout. We take right to Akwaje interchange. Then we'll do the final presentation of petition at the Jubilee House.
Okay.
Carlos Colon is host of The Probe, which airs 8 p.m. every Sunday on the JoyNews channel. Tonight, the probing question is, MPP save the judiciary demo, civic stand or desperate stunt? Carlos joins me via Zoom. Carlos, tell us what to expect possibly tonight.
Well, Winston, this evening at 8 p.m., we will be having a conversation with the MPP's National Youth Organizer, Salam Mohammed Mustafa, on a number of things. Many are raising concerns that why is the NPP itself so not worried about, rebuilding the party, but rather interested in what happens at the judiciary. So we'll be probing some of these issues being raised by political watchers. We'll also be speaking to the police, and ACP Grace Akofi will be joining us to tell us what security arrangements have been put in place for tomorrow. And also a political scientist, Dr. Kwasi Prempeh, will join us to help us understand what all these protests, what it means for the MPP as a party. But of course, we'll also be getting some reactions from the NDC. Mustafa Bande will also join us on that conversation. So it's expected to be a packed conversation, and we're looking forward to having our viewers on join us on that program.
What should viewers be looking forward to basically tonight? More action, more discussion, and also in terms of deliberation?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, if you look at the social media space, some people are raising some concerns. Why is the MPP itself not focusing on rebuilding the party, but they are so much interested in the judiciary? And so if you look at X and Facebook, these conversations are ongoing there. So we want some answers from them and to understand going forward beyond the protest, what would they do if the petition they're going to present to government does not yield any result? These and other questions we're going to be asking them to respond to. So viewers can expect more from this.
Thank you very much, Carlos Coloni, and make sure you join us at 8 p.m. for this deep conversation ahead of the demonstration tomorrow by the MPP. Now, moving on, the Constitutional Review Committee says one of the key reforms to Ghana's constitutional architecture will be taming the enormous and overwhelming powers of the executive president. Some analysts have described the powers of the president as imperial. Speaking on News 5, Chairman of the Constitutional Review Committee, Professor Kwasi Prempeh, referenced a huge number of appointments a president has to make, sometimes even appointing ordinary staff of public organizations.
Nothing good that needs to happen in this country appears to get done unless you get the president's attention. And nothing bad that needs to be undone will also get undone unless you get the president's attention. That, I think, is too much of a burden to put on any one person's shoulders, even if they were a philosopher king and they had all of the answers to all the problems. I think it's just the sheer weight in terms of the burden. It's not something that any good president must want at all, because it's just too much. And you can even see it even in the scale of the appointments a president must make. How many people can you really get to know close enough to know that for this job, this is the right person for the job? You necessarily have to rely on, references, third parties, whatever. But if you're asking the president,
in excess of 4,000 to 6,000, the president is appointing.
And it's growing because we keep minting new, like AC said, there's this authority here today, there's this commission here today, there's this board. That we keep minting these institutions.
Meanwhile, Professor Kwasi Prempeh says instead of abolishing the Council of State, the advisory body must be reformed instead. He was responding to widespread calls for the Council of State to be totally abolished. Now, in another development, residents of the Adzonko community in the Agbotime district of the Volta region lack access to quality health care as the health facility in the area is housed in a dilapidated single room. The facility lacks the requisite basic healthcare logistics, hence compelling residents in the enclave to travel out of the area to access healthcare. The residents have therefore appealed to the government, philanthropic organizations, and individuals to support them to complete a self-help health facility under construction.
The Adzonko enclave in the Agbotime district harbors over 3,000 residents who are predominantly farmers. It consists of about 11 satellite communities that access healthcare at the CHIPS compound housed in this rented structure. The structure, which had suffered several cracks, has only one room where all services are provided. Bless Ahoni is the in charge of the Adzonko CHIPS compound.
Adzonko CHIPS compound has only one single room, a big compound, a big room, which we run all the units here, family planning units, OPD service, antenatal, but due to the inconvenience of the privacy, we normally do the delivery at different facility. And because of that, some of our pregnant women ran away from us because of no privacy at the facility.
The community therefore initiated a self-help project in 2018 to construct a standard health infrastructure to accommodate the CHIPS compound. This initiative was imperative, taking into consideration the risk residents go through to access quality health care outside the enclave.
This place will help at least to give health care to the needy and then the children to have good access to health care here. Without this, we'd have to travel so many miles to have access to health care in the next community, Kaime, which is about 30 to 40 minutes drive from here. So this facility is well stationed so that those challenges will be kept.
The project being financed by funds raised during festivals had stalled. The 80% completed structure is designed to have units for maternity and reproductive and child health services, a dispensary, consulting, detention and storerooms. The Agotime Yope Health Directorate approved the facility, indicating it would start using a section of it.
The building has all that it needs to serve at the purpose of the CHIPS compound. What it just needs is just the finishing touches that will make it fit for purpose. But for now, 2 rooms have been made available for the nurses to move in and continue with the services.
The community extended an appeal for support to complete the project.
We would want to use the opportunity to ask benevolent organizations, NGOs, and the government of Ghana to help us finish this project, finish it, and give us modern health equipment so that the people of Adzonko electoral area can also have access to good health care.
Fred Kwame Asai, Joy News, Adzonko.
Moving on, the Electricity Company of Ghana has restored power to 12 communities in Accra affected by a fire at the Adzonko Box Supply Point earthing transformer. Despite damaged equipment, the ECG assures uninterrupted power supply by migrating consumers to nearby transformers. This is a first of its kind incident with the fire's cause under investigation by the fire services. Once resolved, the Electricity Company of Ghana is assuring consumers will be switched back to the original transformer. Charles Ni Ayiku is the General Manager, External Communications at ECG.
Went off for approximately 2 hours before they were moved to the other system. So, yes, I know they had or they experienced some inconvenience, and we really apologize for that. The earthing transformer has been replaced, and our engineers are putting in place the rewiring, getting all the other components installed. And I'm sure by close of in an hour, 2 or so, they should be done, because all our engineers are on board to make sure that the replaced earthing transformer is put to use today. So they are all working on it. And as I indicated in my earlier submission, we have restored power after the about 2-hour break when the incident occurred. So our customers are fine. There's no outage currently.
We have more update for you right after this break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Prime News with me, Winston Taki, and now to more news. Chairman of the Kumasi Presbytery of the Global Evangelical Church has observed the government's quest to win the fight against illegal mining will remain a mirage when the police and military are complicit. Reverend Dr. Smith Francis Kobla-Tete says the current arrangement where some security personnel are neck-deep in the Galamsey operations make the fight a torrid one. Speaking to Joy News at the just-ended Kwasi Presbytery Representative Conference, he observed that on several occasions, some police officers illegally extort money from minors at the expense of the environment. There's more in the following report.
President Mahama, in his recent State of the Nation address, announced the implementation of a proactive approach, including robust and impartial law enforcement to tackle illegal mining. He has tasked the new IGP, Christian Tete Yohunu, to tackle Galamsey, a call which perhaps informed the IGP's decision to put on transfer commanders in all Galamsey affected areas. Speaking at the opening of the Kwasi Presbytery Representative Conference on Friday, Reverend Dr. Smith Francis Kobla-Tete commended the IGP for the decision to transfer police commanders. He questioned the loyalty of some security operatives who have sworn to protect the country. He wants the government to help deal with corruption in security agencies.
By dint of my office, I travel all over Ashanti region, Bono, Hafo North, Western North, and all around. And there is not a single river in any of these regions which is not polluted. So we cannot survive with such a situation. And you enter Western North, some of the government, even forest reserves, a vast area degraded with impunity. And it seems, I can even say with personal observation that one of the stations I visited one morning, I sat in my car, I watched the police visit the Galamsey people one after the other, pocketing whatever they give them. So even the cry that we are crying that the police should be sent to the places, the police are compromised. So I don't know how government can help us. The police, the military, and our security services are supposed to be the agencies that we use to stop this, but they seem to be compromised.
As the world gears up to celebrate Mother's Day this weekend, your superstation Joy FM is giving mothers a magical safari day out on Saturday, May 10th, 2025 at the breathtaking Safari Valley Eco Resort. This getaway promises to be full of unforgettable joy as you watch Mama smile from the heart. General Manager for Sales and Marketing here at Multimedia Group Limited, Max Fuga, tells us about this innovative way to say thank you to Mama.
Mothers go through a lot of things. Yeah. I mean, they sacrifice, they do all sorts of things to see us through school, to see us through life. And even when we start working and we are making family, we have our own family, they are still there for us.
That's true.
They guide us.
Yeah.
How can we celebrate them? How can we say thank you to them? Look, sometimes here, words, oh, thank you, Mom. Mom, I love you. Mom, you're there for me. Mom, you are my pillar. Mom, you are my hero. We have said all those things. But I believe that there can be other unique ways to celebrate our moms.
Beyond the words. They
Beyond
would love
the
some
words, beyond
experiences,
the cake.
great
and so
memories.
this year, we want to give them the experience.
Okay, that's nice.
And so we went to Safari Valley Eco Park and they've agreed to partner us on this project.
Safari Valley?
Of all places.
Wow.
Safari Valley Eco Park.
That's top tier.
Super.
That's top tier.
Super. And for me, that is the best way and a unique way for us to celebrate our mothers this year. And again, instead of going there on the Sunday, we have decided to do Saturday.
Oh wow! Okay.
So the Safari Valley, the Mom's Day Out, is going to take place on a Saturday.
On a Saturday, okay. That's just the day before Mother's Day.
Exactly, May 10th. Just before Mother's Day, which is the May 11th. Okay. Now, why Saturday? Because we believe that look, Sundays, people want to go to church, people want to go and
the mothers themselves, they want to go for
church.
women's fellowship.
Our mothers are religious.
Women's fellowship.
And a lot of churches will celebrate Women's Day on that day. Anyway.
Exactly. Yeah,
okay.
That's true.
I am an Assemblies of God person. I know normally Women's Day is the day we do the Mother's Day is the day they do the Women's Ministry Day and all those things. So there will be a lot of activities on that day. And our mothers themselves want to go to church and thank God.
Okay.
So we said, okay, Saturday, the whole day, use it to celebrate your mom.
Wow.
Okay. First of all, there will be a guided tour of the place. First, there will be a welcoming session where we welcome all the mothers and those who paid for them to be there. Obviously, if you want your mother to go, you are not just going to pay for your mom. You want to be with your mom.
Yeah.
And so there will be a guided tour of all our patrons. And then, after the guided tour, we're going to... during the tour, they get to see some of the animals that they've never seen. They've even taught us in books, but they've never had the opportunity of seeing them, coming very close to them. And so there will be the guided tour, the zebras, there will be all the animals that you can think of. Then we're going to... There's also an opportunity for boat cruising, there'll be an opportunity for horse riding, and a lot of outdoor games.
A fun day.
There's a fun day. And you see, some of the mothers, maybe young mothers can do the horse riding, but I'm sure if my mother were to be alive, she wouldn't do that, but she'll get to see all the wild animals, the wildlife that they have there. Beyond that, we're going to also provide live band.
Oh, I see. So it's like a whole celebration thingy,
there's
a whole program.
It's just the experience.
Set up.
Get your mother to come and experience. So
okay.
There's a guided tour, there is a buffet, and then there's a live band for them to dance to. And again, a lot of giveaways from our sponsors.
So to enjoy this experience, you can also make payment via Momo to 05930388842 and reference Mama and make payment and join this unforgettable experience. Happy Mother's Day, especially to my mom and to all Ghanaian mothers. We say we love you. That's all for tonight here on Prime News. My name is Winston Taki. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye-bye.